Happy Thursday, everybody. I see, and you saw, we are now into winter, it appears. We had a great run. Fall was wonderful in South Haven, as you all know, but all things come to an end. But now we're going into the holiday season, so it's welcome. It puts you in the mood. And if you go downtown, you can see the lights are up. Downtown is beautiful. And with that, we have some new residents that's moved here in the last couple months. It's Jim and Dr. Jane Windell. And I'm going to introduce you to them. They're going to tell you a little bit about what they do, why they chose South Haven, and one things they love about South Haven. So let me flip this camera around and introduce you to them, and this is going to be fun. Well, hello, guys.
Hello. Hi.
So I gave them your name. So tell me a little bit about, first off, you're a doctor, which is awesome. You have your PhD. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I have a PhD in early childhood education from Oakland University in Rochester, Michigan. I really wanted to do some research related to early on and early intervention services for infants and toddlers. So I decided to go back to school, and it really was a wonderful experience for me.
Nice. And Jim, you are a published writer.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So I've been writing books for some 30 years, and also being a newspaper writer and a newsletter writer and a blog writer.
And you also you're part of the Beacon.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that publication, because it's really taking off here locally.
Yes, it's only been publishing, I think, in South Haven for less than a year. When we came here in June, we saw the paper and they were advertising for reporters, so I said, why not?
Well, I noticed the ad first,
Yes,
and
you
I
did.
said, you're supposed to be sort of semi-retired here in South Haven, but they're looking for a writer for the newspaper, and little did I know that he would really embrace it and enjoy it. He's really had a great time getting to know people, the business owners, so I'm thrilled that he works for the local newspaper now.
Yes.
Okay, so with that, you guys are very active in this community. What made you choose South Haven? What brought you here?
Well, for years we've enjoyed coming over to Lake Michigan and exploring the smaller towns along the lake. We were living in the Oakland County north of Detroit, and when Jim no longer had to be in Oakland County for employment, I said, let's look to see if there's an early on position somewhere else closer to Lake Michigan. So we focused our search on South Haven area, and we found a place that we like right here on Bailey, right near the football field, and we couldn't be happier. We came to the community for a job that I have with Van Buren Intermediate School District. I work in the Early On program, which is a program that's statewide for children, particularly infants and toddlers who might have some developmental delays. It's a home visiting program, and I'm delighted to be here as part of that team.
That is awesome. And you've got some material here. Do you want to
Sure.
talk about that real quick?
Yeah, so the program that I work for is called Early On, and you can learn more about Early On by going to the Early On website. You can also go to the Van Buren Intermediate School District website and look for the tab that says Early On, and there's information on how you can learn more about the program, how you can find out how you can set up a developmental evaluation for your child in your home, and then I would be one of the people who'd come to do the evaluation with my teammate, Benita, Megan, and Carrie. There's also other wonderful programs for young children down at the Van Buren ISD called the Family Links program. It is a free program as well, and it's for any family at all that would like some support during the prenatal time all the way up until age 5. So for families who'd like to participate in this program, someone from the Family Links program would visit about once a week to support your family. And then there's one more program. It's called the Van Buren Intermediate School District Build Up Program, and these are developmental evaluations for children aged 3 and 5. They're at no cost to the families, and those evaluations take place down in Lawrence at the Intermediate School District Student Support Center for Special Education.
That's awesome. I mean, it's my children had help with that. It's great. It's very wonderful what they do, and the progress that they make is so quickly. It's amazing within a semester or two. Let's switch topics real quick. So you're in South Haven. You moved here. You've been up and down the community. What's some of your favorite things about the community you've noticed so far?
So I'll let you tell first.
I think one of the things that I like is that we can walk everywhere we really want to go. That's a great thing for us. It gives you a sense of being in a community. So we can walk downtown, and I literally do that every day. And a lot of the interviews I'm doing for newspaper stories, I can walk to. So that's great. I think some of the cultural things are important. I joined the Scott Club when I got here because I think that's aligned with a lot of things that I'm interested in.
And then the summertime, we went to a play that was at the South Haven High School. There's a summer play series for theater. We've been to talks at the Lake Michigan College, concerts at the Scott Center, the riverfront concerts and the jazz festival throughout the summer, the concerts down at the river, the farmer's market. He really likes to walk down to City Hall and go to the post office, the library. I like to go to Flying Saucer to get my special latte. They've been very kind to me, and we had fun when we were doing interviews for the Cozy Up for Fall article. I got to go do a little shopping while he was interviewing the shop owners. So we really like it that we feel like we've only lived here a few months and we're already part of the community. I participate in a quilting group. I love the Quilters Haven quilt shop. That's been a nice way for me to meet people.
Well, Joe's been good. When Joe was across the street from us before he moved over on Phoenix Street, that's where we got our daily caffeine intake from. So Flying Saucer is a wonderful addition. So with that, we're going into fall and winter. What are you looking forward to this winter season?
I think I'm looking forward to doing a little shopping downtown now that it's not quite so busy with the summer residents and tourists. I think I'm also looking forward to working on some quilts and going to some of the quilt retreats at Deloa's quilting retreat location, and eating in some of the restaurants, and just feeling like we can enjoy all the seasons that South Haven has to offer.
And I'm looking forward to connecting with all of the restaurants and breweries that have musical events. I not only want to write about those, but I want to enjoy them myself.
We heard a great Irish fiddle player the other day over at Harbor Lake Brewery.
Right.
And we heard a saxophone player had a concert at the First Congregational Church. And I enjoy listening to the organ at Peace Lutheran Church. So there are lots of things that we enjoy doing in the Detroit area, just on a smaller scale here in South Haven. And the Art Center is having an event tomorrow night, which we're looking forward to.
And that's the thing, South Haven is a year-round community. There's so much going on, and our Visitors Bureau puts out on a schedule every week of things going on. And I think if you look, there's something every single day of the week of something going on that you could enjoy and be participating in, which is nice. So another thing I'd say, so people who haven't been to South Haven or haven't been in a while, and you're thinking about coming here, what's one thing both of you would say, if you come to South Haven, you have to go see or have to experience while you're here?
Well, I would encourage visitors to check out some of the side streets. For the first couple months I was here, I only went down the main street, but now I'm exploring the movie theater and the shops along the river and walking down to the beach to see the sunset in the off season, to see the beautiful colors. So really exploring some of the other areas that aren't just summer type destinations in the fall, going to some of the wineries, and exploring some of the surrounding towns. But South Haven, it seems like a wonderful home base for us.
Yeah, I think hitting the antique shops regularly is important downtown.
I think he goes to antique shops a little more than he should, though, when I'm at work. He comes home with something else and something else. But there's quite a few antique shops in the area. You can go into 43rd Mercantile and then one of the shops that are downtown.
Yes.
It's amazing. We are in such a wonderful area of our state. You go up and down Blue Star, or you go east, I'm 43, within 40 minutes, there's so much things to do in our community, in our outlying area. And I find stuff new all the time that I didn't even know existed by just taking an afternoon drive. So I thank you for your time. I thank you for coming up. You guys are a very welcome addition to our community. Jim, I love your articles in the paper. It's very nice meeting your wife, Dr. Jane. I love the outreach you're doing and the work you're doing for our children. Thank you very much. With that, before we hit the end of Thursday and before we go into the weekend tomorrow, what would you like to leave everybody with?
I would just like to encourage you to come to South Haven to visit, and like we did, consider making this your permanent or part-time home. We couldn't feel more welcome from the business owners, the people that we've met in the community, and we're delighted to be here.
Yes, I think it's been a very friendly and welcoming community, and I think everyone should experience that.
Well, thank you very much. So there you have it. 2 wonderful additions to our community. If you see these wonderful people out and about in South Haven, make sure you introduce yourself, say hi, make them feel welcome, and, pick up a new friend. That's your things to do. Have a great evening in South Haven. Button up, take your time. The streets are a little slick, and have a great evening. Good night, everybody.